Hello, my friends. David Domm here. I am your host for the What is ERC Money podcast. And today's episode is about ERC and the value of a dollar. I think that might be the title. So, the value of a dollar. I want to speak to you about this because as a 55-year-old entrepreneur, I've been through some stuff. I have invested in businesses. The opportunities are endless that I've invested my time and my money into. Some of them were good. Quite frankly, I'll be just straight with you. Most of them weren't. And that goes along with a quote that I heard Jeff Bezos say, which is like, if you can 100x something, take that bet every time, but just know that 9 out of 10 times you're still going to fail. But you only have to win once. Okay, this is that one thing, in my opinion. So here's the thing about the value of a dollar. I have worked I started in sales when I was 19 years old on the phone selling vacation packages, bags, flags, and pens for the Veterans Association. I have sold practically almost everything. I've done loans. I'm familiar with real estate. I've had my real estate license. I've done a lot. So because I'm familiar with the activity that it takes in my 35-year career, that's just counting since I was 20. 35-year career, just a round number. But I've been, experienced so many different things, and I know what it takes to make a dollar. So if you get hired, or if you have a job, let's just say you have a job and you make $500 a week. Okay, I don't know what that is. $12 an hour, something like that. So let's just say you make $500 a week. So you make $2,000 a month. Maybe you have 2 people in the household. I don't know. But I'm just going to give you the numbers relative to $500 a week real quick. Okay? Because this is very important. If you wanted to make the same, let's say you wanted to keep your job, which would be highly recommended, and double what you make in the next 2 years. Okay? This is available for 2 years only. That's why I'm going to refer to the 2-year mark. And it's April of 2025. There's a counter on my site at erchow.com, counting down the days and the hours and seconds and everything. But if you have a job and you make $500 a week, if you want to double that, all you have to do is reach out to enough businesses, talk to enough people to get one business that has 8 W-2 employees to get their ERC money. And you don't have to do any of the work. All you have to do is enough work to find that one business that has 8 employees. Now, what you're going to run across is some people have already got their ERC money, only 25%, by the way. So there's a huge 3/4 of the businesses haven't filed. But a lot of times they're going to think, well, maybe I don't qualify or whatever. We've gone through some of that in the other episodes. But the point is that your work, once you refer that business, once that business actually goes to your website, which you'll get for free, once they go to your site, get more information and book a call with the specialist for 5 or 10 minutes, get qualified, and get their money for their 8 W-2 employees, you will actually make $2,000. I know that doesn't even sound right. So while I'm doing this, I'm going to do the math. It sounds too good. So I'm going to do the math just real quick while I'm on here for my own personal benefit as well. So 8 employees times $10,000 average is what they're getting. Could get more, maybe a little less, but average is 10 grand. 80,000 times 2.5%. Average is 2 grand. Yeah. So my math is correct. One business, 8 employees, you just do the referring, the company takes care of everything else, and you make 2 grand. You'll double your income in the next 2 years if you just do that once a month. But let's say, as an example, you make 50 grand a year. 50 grand a year is an average of $1,000 a week, 4 grand a month. Okay, average. Let's just say 4 grand a month for easy math. If you find a business that hasn't applied for their ERC money yet and they have 16 employees, you will make $4,000 from that one referral. Now, I know these numbers might seem kind of high to you, but that's because it's relative to what you do now. But the value of a dollar is extremely important here. The amount of work that you actually put into referring the business versus the dollars that you get back, I would venture to say that you're not going to spend 160 hours in 1 month finding that one business. And that's what you're spending at your job if you work 40 hours a week. So again, I'm not singling anyone out. I'm just comparing the referral to an income that someone might already be making. Okay? So we could go up the hill. You're making 100 grand a year, 32 employees. 32 employees, one business will make you 8 grand. That's an example. It's easy math. Again, so, or maybe 4 businesses and only have 8 employees. It doesn't matter. But that's just an idea, okay, for the math. It's not, look, we have a recession coming or it's already happening. I don't know. But I know that there's a ton of layoffs out there. And I know there's a lot of people that could use an extra 2 grand a month just for referring a business that's had 8 employees. That business, by the way, that has those 8 employees is going to get approximately $80,000 from the government that they don't have to pay back. That's a grant. That may keep them in business. And here's the other reason this is close to my heart. The first reason is I know what it takes to make a dollar. The second reason is, man, most opportunities you have to pay to get involved. This one you do not. All you got to do is go to erchow.com, fill out the form, you're in. Okay? It's just that simple. You'll get all the resources you need to be successful with it. But the other reason it's really close to my heart is that during COVID, during the pandemic, which is a whole nother story in and of itself, but I was not, it was painful to watch all the businesses close their doors. Some of them reopened. Some of them got a PPP loan just in time, so they were able to keep their doors open. But guess what? They're possibly struggling again, right? So, and we don't know what's coming in the next year or two. It's kind of interesting. It's the perfect storm in a weird way because there's a recession coming, which means that things are going to, inflation very well could be harder to, move about freely in the cabin, but there's this opportunity and it's 2 years, April 2025. So jump on it, fill out the form at erchow.com. My name is David and I will be working with you personally and we'll get you all squared away. Look forward to catching you on the next episode. Peace and blessings.